What's going on, guys? It's your boy Kev here, back with another video. We have some more NBA prize picks tonight. Can't wait to get into these, guys. If you are new to the channel or new to prize picks, let me break it down like I do to start every single video. Prize picks is essentially a daily fantasy sports platform where instead of picking players, you pick the overs and unders on the point projections of players. So let me give you an example. You look at LeBron here. I can either take the over or under at 54, and I can pair that with another player 2, 3, 4, or 5 times. So it's sort of like a parlay in that aspect. My favorite thing that I like to do, and I always tell you guys, one of the coolest aspects of this is I can do this between different sports. So I can take the over of LeBron at 54 and switch over to golf and look at, like, what we got here, Dustin Johnson at 68.5. I can take the over of him or the under of Rory, whatever I want to do, and mix and match those sports. So I think that's a really cool aspect. They also just added single stats, so that's pretty cool. You can do that. I haven't really got into that too much, but if that's your, that floats your boat, go for that too. If you do sign up and you do enjoy it, please use code DGF, standing for Daily Grind Fantasy. Obviously, it really helps us, really supports the channel. So that's DGF. And we notice every time you guys do, we get the notification. It says you guys signed up, shows us your name. So it really helps us support the channel. We really appreciate that. Also, I believe that Prizepicks is still offering this. It's a promo where if you do use our code, you will get a 100% match on your first deposit up to $100. So you can get $100, free credit right there. I mean, I always take advantage of that anytime, Draftkings, Prizepicks, FanDuel, any of these daily fantasy sports platforms offer something like that. So it's definitely something you want to take advantage of, get some free money in there. But that being said, let's get right into these NBA prize picks. So we are looking at 8 players as we usually do. Guys, if you are new, let me just run down that they usually add a couple more, or actually more than a couple. They probably add about 3 times as many players by the time slate locks. So do look out for that. But I like to give you guys a good kind of like first look, good place to jump off of, and just give you a start to your lineup. But let's start with my boy Pascal. I drafted him in my season-long league. I'm going to take the slight over for my man here at 39. He's actually cleared this 39-point projection 8 of his last 10 games, and now faces the Bucks, who are allowing the most fantasy points to small forwards. So that's very, very good. And bodes well for him. Also helps that Lowry is banged up, so I think that's something he could take advantage of. Moving over to Giannis. I said to take the over last time. I think he was 54, and for the first time this year, I will say to take the over of someone at 56. We saw, who was it? My man Jokic yesterday had 56 as his point projection, and I said to avoid, it's just not there yet for him. But Giannis, the way he's been playing, I mean, I think you can take it. I think it's the first time. He is just that freaking good, to be honest. He's facing a bottom 3 defense against power forwards in terms of prize pick scoring. He also has cleared 56 points, a comical 9 of his last 12 times, so a 75% click there. That's absolutely ridiculous. I think you can take the over and feel pretty good about it. Moving on to another stud. This is a stud-heavy slate, man. I'm telling you. Just looking at, Giannis, James Harden, LeBron, Kyrie. That's crazy. I mean, Jimmy Buckets, I'll throw in that category. But yeah, James Harden, I think you can take the over of 52 here. I'm going to keep this over train rolling. Kevin Durant out and Kyrie is a game-time decision. Harden has cleared 4 of his last 5 games and now faces a bottom 3 defense against shooting guards in terms of prize pick scoring. So I definitely think the over for James Harden's live. He's been playing pretty damn well, and I like this matchup. Moving on to LeBron James at 54. LeBron will stop the overtrain here. Of his last 8 games, he's been over 4 times and under 4 times. 54 is just too steep for him. I think even with 80 out, I think he got just over 54, like 54 and some change with his first game with 80 out, and it's just, I think it's too close to the line. I'm going to avoid him, to be honest. And there's a lot of good options on the slate, clearly, as I gave you guys 3 overs right off the rip. So no need to get desperate. I think we can be picky, choosy on this one. So moving on, I mean, thinking of last slate, how many did I give you guys? I want to say like 1, maybe 2 concrete ones. So, the slate's changing this. Sometimes I give you a lot, sometimes I give you a little. This is a more positive one. But looking at Kyrie, I will be avoiding at 46. I'm just going to avoid him. He's banged up in a game time decision. He only hits this over about 50% of the time anyway, so I will not be taking him. Actually, one of my favorite players in the league, but I just don't think, he's in a smash spot right now. Looking at Dennis Schroeder at 30, another guy I drafted in my season long. But like LeBron, I'm probably going to end up avoiding him. I will say with 80 out, that's obviously interesting. It's semi-interesting with LeBron, but LeBron is also a game time decision with an ankle injury. He is probable, but if somehow he sits, just with LeBron and AD out, I think you'd have to take the over of Schroeder at that point of 30, because he does hit it a fair amount. So, I mean, I think he's close to this line anyway. And then if somehow LeBron sat, that would push me over, but I'm just going to avoid him for now. Moving on to Jimmy Butler. I like this over, honestly, for Jimmy Buckets. I mean, he's cleared 42, literally 10 of his last 12 games, so that is absolutely ridiculous. Super, super consistent there. If that's not enough, the 2 games he missed out of those 12, one was short by 0.5 and the other by 4. So, I mean, he's been absolutely lights out, super consistent, and he's actually, like, when he clears that, he usually clears pretty heavy over. A lot of 50-something point games in there, so I definitely like the over of Jimmy Butler. Yeah, not much too much else or more to say about that. Looking at Fox to close this out, I want to close on a high note, probably my least favorite stance I'll take on the slate, but I will take the slight over a 40 here. Definitely close, but he's still cleared over 48 of his last 12, so that's 66% of the time, aka 2/3. So I do like the slight over here. I mean, he's just consistent enough. It is somewhat of a tough matchup in terms of just DraftKings scoring. I think Miami was bottom 3 against point guards, I want to say, but it is a little bit of a tough matchup here. But that being said, I will still take the over there, though that is probably my least favorite stance I'll take on the slate. Obviously, sans the ones I'm avoiding, but I will take the over. Thank you guys for watching this video. That's going to wrap it up. Let me just give you guys a quick rundown. I'd love to give you guys a quick recap. I'm going to take the over of Fox at 40. The over of Jimmy at 42. I'm going to avoid Schroeder. I'm going to avoid Kyrie. LeBron, I will be avoiding at 54. James Harden at 52, I will be taking the over. Giannis at 56, crazy. Call me crazy. I'm going to take the over. He's just such a friggin' stud. And then Pascal, I'm going to take the over of 39. So that'll wrap it up, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you did enjoy the video, please like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. We have a lot more content coming up, as I tell you guys every single video. TJ and Matt crush the live before locks for basketball every single night for DraftKings. So go over there, check them out. They answer all your questions live. So, I mean, who else does that, guys? It's just such an advantage over the field there. And we got some more MMA coming up this week. Awesome slate. I had some pretty recent success with MMA we'll talk about in the video, but 15-fight slate. Tons of knockout potential. There's like 4 heavyweight fights. It's going to be a lot of fun, so definitely tune in for that. So really appreciate it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's cash.